Hey there everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So, in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about the Jurassic World franchise, and it looks like a fresh installment is currently under development and due to be with us in 2025. So, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie and streaming news we have going on this channel. And with that down, we're going to be jumping into this article from Comic Flick News. Jurassic Park writer David Coep crafting exciting new installment in the Jurassic World franchise. So, despite the Jurassic World movies facing criticism from reviewers, they proved to be massive hits at the box office, with all three films enjoying tremendous success among the audiences. While the original trilogy didn't escape critical disapproval, cinemagoers embraced the franchise. Yeah, so when it comes to the Jurassic World franchise, or Jurassic Park franchise, whichever you want to call it, when we go and look over at the box office of all six movies, you can see how the franchise has a bit of a bumpy track record when it comes to their box office totals, but over the span since 1993 up to the current movie that released in 2022, that constant kind of intrigue of the franchise has always been there. The popularity of the franchise has always been there as well. Even though the box office numbers have fluctuated, even though there's, some movies within the franchise that aren't that well received, the interest is still there. So it absolutely makes sense to make a new Jurassic World movie. The box office doesn't lie. I mean, when you look at these totals, billions and billions of dollars have been created by the Jurassic Park movies. So if you were an executive, at Universal and being asked if you would greenlight another Jurassic World movie, absolutely. Look at the last three movies here. Every single movie in the last three movies has made over $1 billion. So of course you're going to greenlight a new Jurassic World movie. And I can't wait to see where they're going to take this franchise, what they're going to do with it next. But that was a quick look at the box office. Let's go back to the article and keep reading. And let's see where they're going to take the franchise next, because it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. So landing back over here on the article. Now Universal Studios is gearing up for a fourth installment in the Jurassic World series, and it shouldn't be a shock given the previous financial triumphs. Yeah, like we were just talking about, looking at the box office there, the last three movies, the Jurassic World trilogy, each movie has made over $1 billion, so there's every reason in the world to continue on with the franchise when it's generating that kind of return on investment. So according to the reports from The Hollywood Reporter, David Coep, the writer behind the 1993 Jurassic Park and the 1997 sequel, The Jurassic Park Lost World, is actively developing the script. Surprisingly, the project is already well into development phase with a potential 2025 release date on the studio's radar. So if that is true, 2025, that means, it's going to be coming out next year. I would assume it's probably going to come out in the summer period. So we've got probably about a year, a year and a half, maybe, round about that kind of time period, something like that. But it's something to look forward to. I absolutely adore this franchise, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whichever you want to call it. I absolutely love it. Dinosaurs roaming around going crazy, people surviving against dinosaurs. I think it's great. It's so fun. Even if some of the movies are better than the others, at the end of the day, seeing a T-Rex run around on screen, take my money. So, although plot details remain tightly guarded, insiders suggest that the upcoming movie will usher in a new Jurassic era with an entirely fresh storyline. They need a fresh storyline. They need a new narrative to take this franchise. It can't be, we're going to keep going back to this island. We're going to keep making Jurassic Parks and they're going to keep breaking and then dinosaurs escaping. You can't keep rehashing the same thing over and over because audiences will start to get bored of it. So they need to come up with a unique plot or MacGuffin or some kind of narrative to build this kind of, franchise around that's fresh, that's new, that we haven't seen before, that's going to get people intrigued and coming back to the theaters. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. So this implies that fan favorite actors like Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and the original Jurassic World crew, featuring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, may not be reprising their roles. I really liked Chris Pratt in this role, and Bryce Dallas Howard. I think they were great in the Jurassic World movies. I really enjoyed seeing him in that. I think Chris Pratt's, delightful in anything he's in. He always elevates material. So for myself, when it comes to this franchise in the future and them taking it forward, I think they need to lean more into the horror roots. If we take a look at this scene here, where, they're on the 4x4 and the original Jurassic Park scene, they're being chased by the T-Rex. It's got those kind of horror elements instilled into the scene, and it really kind of gives you that horror kind of aesthetic to the Jurassic Park movie. And I really love what they did with that. And I think they should lean into that more going forward. I think that would give it more of a kind of a fresh, unique perspective, that kind of horror element. And obviously, in recent years, the horror genre has had a resurgence and is more popular than it ever has been. So I think it would go a long way to kind of, helping out this franchise moving forward. So, while the director chair remains vacant, veteran producer Frank Marshall, who supervised the Jurassic World trilogy, is returning alongside with another Jurassic veteran, Patrick Crowley. Steven Spielberg will executive produce through his Amblin Entertainment banner. Yeah, sometimes even when, people get executive producer credits on a movie, they don't really have much to do with the movie. Maybe he's a consultant, maybe he'll put his thoughts and opinions towards the movie, but he probably won't be on set, he probably won't be having any hands-on experience when it comes to the movie. Although, you never know, he could turn up, but I think that it's probably going to be more of a hands-off consultant role when it comes to Steven Spielberg. So, despite the success of Jurassic World Dominion, directed by Colin Trevorrow, it appears unlikely that he will helm the new project. However, in 2022 interview, Trevorrow did share his insights into a potential franchise continuations, hinting at the studio's ongoing plans for the beloved Dinosaur series. So, Colin Trevorrow, who directed Dominion, went on to say the following. The previous 5 films are plots about dinosaurs. Well, considering the franchise is about dinosaurs, I would assume it was about dinosaurs, yeah. This one is a story about characters. He's talking about Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion. So this one is a story about characters in a world which they coexist with dinosaurs, said the filmmaker. For the franchise to be able to move forward, because it's inherently unfranchisable, there probably should have only been one Jurassic Park, but if we're going to do it, how can I allow them to tell stories in a world in which dinosaurs exist, as opposed to here's another reason why we're going back to an island? Yeah, like I said earlier in the video, they have to come up with a fresh plot device as to build this franchise around. It can't just be keep going back to, we're going to go back to this tropical island and, there's going to be another failed Jurassic Park and, they can't just keep rehashing the same things over and over again. As much as people love those films, and don't get me wrong, like I love the whole kind of lab-grown dinosaurs. I love the tropical island environment with dinosaurs. I think it's awesome. I haven't got a problem with it. But for general movie-going audiences, we need to come up with fresh directions in to take the franchise so, people don't become a bit kind of fed up with it. And that's kind of where we are, guys. And when we've got the trailer here at the bottom. So yeah, it looks like they are well into development on a new Jurassic World movie, which is really exciting. It doesn't say here, how far they are into development, so we're not really sure on that front. I don't know if anybody's been cast or anything like that, but there's no director as of the moment. As it says, the director remains vacant, and it says a potential 2025 release date. So that's super exciting. It's not too far away if that is true. But guys, let me know what you think about this news. Jump into the comment section. Are you excited for another Jurassic World movie? Or do you think they should, sort of bury the franchise and leave it for another 10 years before they kind of, make some more? And also, let me know where you think they could take this franchise next. I'd be really curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. And I really appreciate you being here as we talk about some dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.